Welcome everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Sportiest stream. We've got a good amount of action tonight. We've got a pretty stacked schedule here. Yeah, we got a match coming up in just a few minutes. We got two more later on tonight. Two of these matches will be part of the Blackline Champion Series. The other part of the Skyward Series. Action really never stops on the Sportiest stream. Everybody again, my name is Sporty FC. If you don't know who I am, welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you all. Hopefully everybody is doing well tonight. Again, we've got 3 matches coming up here. We're starting off with a partner organization match. Team Ignition is back on the stream. This time, the Esports Tower Gators. I remember last time when they were on this stream when I believe they lost in a sweep. Yeah, they lost in a sweep to Lag Gaming. Imagine how it had been a while since I last saw them. Well, it seems like maybe they heard me because they've now booked me for their match this week against Gators. We'll be seeing how this team does. Another organization in Esports Tower. And hello everybody in chat. Oh, thanks for all the compliments. I see you all. Welcome in Current C Zoomer and Benjax Sub 09. Thank you for all the nice comments. Yeah, we're gonna get the series. A reminder, more action bound to come later on. Do not miss it. This will be a good match, I can promise you. As get that. There we go. And again, we've also got that prediction poll up. We might as well here, as I know Ignition generally comes out pretty strongly in stream again with it being a partnered organization. But what about Esports Tower? I actually haven't. I'm wondering if actually a good amount of you in chat are Esports Tower fans. We'll see who gets the win here on the prediction poll, who is a little more popular than the other. We'll see about that as we are just getting ready for our series. As again, just make sure we can set things up. Again, some pretty exciting matches ready very soon. Again, just in just a few minutes we will get this match. This is for Blackline. Both these teams are having some pretty successful seasons. 3-0 for Team Ignition, 2-1 for Esports Tower Gators. These teams are actually the top 2 seeds in their group. As again, we will get this one ready very soon here. Again, sorry about the delays. I'm having to message someone. There's someone who's messaging me right now. But we're back, everybody. Again, we will get this best of 5 sorted out very, very soon. And again, as soon as and I'll let you know. And again, we're gonna get this match hopefully started as soon as we can. So many exciting rosters ready to show up. Because as soon as we get everybody in, we'll be good to get ourselves going. And reminder, matches are starting up in a few minutes. We definitely want to be ready for it. And we are just waiting for both these teams. Again, they have a few minutes before the match actually starts, so no real rush should happen here, but who knows, it does sometimes happen. As again, just waiting on this. Again, sorry about the flashes here. Trying to make sure we get messages out to people. Here as info should be out by now, so yeah, the info is out, so everything should be ready. Again, 3-0 for Team Ignition, 2-1 for Esports Tower. In fact, the only lost Esports Tower Gators. I keep calling them goats. Gators is the team. The only lost Esports Tower Gators have had this season was in week 3, just last week, when they played against ASC Scarlet Slingers, a team that they took to Game 5. Ignition also took them to Game 5, but obviously the fact that they're 3-0 can tell you they won that Game 5. I think these two, yeah, they also both met Sloth Hounds, with week 1 going to Team Ignition, week 2 going to the Esports Tower Gators. Gators winning in a sweep, Ignition winning 3-1. These teams are number 1 seed, number 2 seed respectively. So these are some very good teams, high-level teams as well, as we're in the Challengers division of the Blackline, or I should say the not Challengers. Challengers is later on tonight. Contenders series of the Blackline Championship Series. Not Challengers. Challengers is later tonight as we'll take a look at our schedule here. Yeah, that Challenger match will actually be the last match of the night when Galactic Supernova takes on Silly Geeks Club. Before that, Astral Supernova. Yes, I'm sorry, it's very confusing. We have two teams named Supernova. They'll be playing against the Immigrants on our one Skyward Series match here, so, of course, can't wait for the action, but we are going to be going in-game very shortly here. I think these teams just about ready to join. As we are hitting our match start time. We'll go in-game here. And get ready for the action. Oh, some bits! Bits coming in. Got some bits, a cheer from C-Zoomer. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you. Thank you, that means a lot. Again, you gotta get those... Again, make sure you support your teams here before their match and get yourself on that prediction poll. A good amount of Esports Tower fans. I'm happy to see that. Get this match started any moment here. Just waiting on both of these teams. As soon as they are both in, we'll be good to go. As we got Ignition here, Cody, B, and Ryan. And now, here we go. State, Sicko, and Area, I believe is what he's... How do you pronounce it? I'm actually gonna ask. I actually forgot. I know they told me at some point. Is it Area or Araya? I have to check. Let me ask. Let me ask how I pronounce that actually before we get anything started, because I actually want to make sure I pronounce his name correctly. I do want to make sure that that happens. I should have asked a little earlier. My bad on that. As prediction poll has closed, so we'll be getting this started any moment now. Again, as soon as I'm gonna ask and see how he pronounces it. If he does respond, he may not. If not, I think it's Araya. I'll ask anyways. But again, we have a few minutes here. Actually, no, I can ask in game. Oh no, we got it. It's actually like Area. Thank goodness I asked. I would have pronounced it completely incorrectly. It's like Area. Got it. Thanks a lot there, guys. And so now we can get our best of 5 series manager. This is a best of 5 series, so you gotta win 3 games. Team Ignition for the first time in a long time. They're actually on the blue side. It's rare they're on the blue side on this stream. If you guys have seen these guys enough, as they'll be playing against Esports Towers Gators here on the orange. Best of 5 series in the Blackline Contenders series. One team's 3-0, the other at 2-1. The number 1 seed and number 2 seed respectively. A long season to go. And this clash of top tier talent. Who has what it takes to beat the other? Ignition, last time they were on the stream, again, reminder, was when they had to play Lag Gaming, a team that was rated much higher than them in the Grand Series. They got absolutely walloped in that match, an absolute sweep against them. There was no doubt that Lag Gaming were the better team, but that was also a team that's in the Challenger Series, not the Contender Series, and so, good change, but Esports Tower goes, early start, oh, and it's gonna fall in! Cody had the save! But I believe it was Ryan who got in the way. No, it was B who got in the way. That one was going out, B. Oh, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. If he leaves that play, he's essentially forcing Cody to make that save. And instead of maybe giving himself the chance to intervene, instead, a bad situation. Instead, he kind of gets in the way of that clear. Cody did get there in time. They are going to answer back. It's B who scores. Well, he makes up for his mistake. A quick start for Esports Tower Goats immediately gets rescinded here as B gets in the way, and what really hurt Gators here, I just called them Goats, Gators here, is the fact that right off the kickoff, they just didn't go for the kickoff. They let Team Ignition have the space. And giving teams time like that will not help you. is B. Midfield. Area clears it. Ryan off the back wall. Cody's got a bump. Here comes B with a shot. Stays got the save, and Team Ignition already moving out to defense. A quick transition from the Gators. That one will be kept wide. As Team Ignition again with a big clear. A lot of heavy clears here from Team Ignition. Not doing so well to actually keep the ball and try to transition with possession instead. Wanting to see if they can catch Esports Tower Gators off guard. Generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of a clear game. I would love to see teams, and I'd much rather see teams keep control. The Gators on to punch back as this one off the side wall. Sicko. B with the stop. B, after having given up that first goal, now trying to do all he can to lead his team to victory here in game one. As multiple players jumping, area shot, that does stay wide. Team Ignition again with another clear. This one, though, does have Ryan following. Sicko keeps it to the corner. His touch. Went as far as Cody. Cody, the only player to have been on this Ignition side for the amount of time they have been on this stream. Even since he was back on Team Ignition Academy back in Season 11 when they won the whole thing. It was a roster of Cody, Drazix, Ruby, and Krevlo that won that season. Again, the only player who still remains on their Blackline roster after all this time. And now, trying to get involved again is Cody. B, not onto the back wall. Team Ignition will have to keep searching. Sicko. Double tap down the field. Esports Tower Goats pave their way as this one in front. Cody's got it clear. Will be sent away. Ryan. He's got a pass and field for B. And B right now, again, doing anything he can to get himself involved. Really, again, he seems like he's just someone who wants that aggression. He wants to be the shooter. He wants to be involved anywhere he can. And that kind of persistence can definitely benefit you if your team finds its way upfield often. And Ignition definitely are doing that, but it's been tied all over long. Area saved by Ryan. Another chance in field. B's missed it. Cody's got it clear. State again midfield to Sicko. That shot saved by B. Area. Still moving in field. Open net for State. He's tucked it in. Esports Tower Goats. I add another one. Area finds State in the midfield. And Ignition had Cody demoed in their backfield. Esports Tower take the lead again. Ignition, well, they've had so many chances, have not been able to capitalize on a lot of them. Now, about 100 seconds left for them to come back. And maybe they do it here. Ryan. Oh, a fake play. That shot, is a little bit weaker than what he wanted. And by a little, I mean a lot. He had no power on that shot whatsoever. Ignition still searching, but these Esports Goats are just defending every single shot. Oh, that one has moved in for Ryan. It's a slow shot. Just like his last shot, but this one does elude the defense. As Sicko's clear, just not strong enough, and you can see State move immediately into position. It wasn't like he wanted to be there. Knew he had a lot of pressure on him there. Instead, he'll have to watch his... That one goes through Ryan, as he almost got a third. It's the corner, B. That one. Double commit from Gators. They keep pushing here, Ignition, trying to find a chance. Ryan, to the back wall. Maybe off the back himself. State's got the clear. Cody jumping in, but beat by Sicko. Esports Tower Gators moving upfield. Area gets past Ryan. Cody, he's found a pinch up here, but Ryan still got to get it clear. Gators collapsing on it. Sicko off the corner. Has that gone in? Oh, it has from Sicko. A strange one here. But Team Ignition, with Cody especially caught just being so confident. And now push upfield. B hit the back wall. Area pinch with State. Ryan near post. That one's kept out by keen-eyed Area. Cody now. Area sends it back. That one has Ignition overcommitted. No, they haven't. They'll get back to it. Less than 30 seconds now. In game one, State finding Area. Team Ignition waiting, but they may not be able to wait for too long. They've got to throw everything up here. B. They're back by Sicko. Cody now. Caught on the sidewall with a challenge. Ryan keeping it airborne. Sicko not helping Gators out here. B. Midfield. Who's there? It's Ryan, but he didn't call it in time. Esports Tower Gators will have Game 1 victory. And that one was a bit close, I think, to call there for them. It went back and forth. They could never hold a lead for the Gators. I always felt like there was moments where Ignition could take the lead back, but they never did. And that means that will end the first match of the series. But there's still a lot more to come. Team Ignition, I think they'll be happy with. Even though they only scored twice out of 10 goals, I think they can be happy with that start. They're showing us what their playstyle is going to be. It's going to be very counterattack heavy, very clear heavy. They're not going to spend a lot of time on offense themselves, but they will get a lot of shots for it. Now all they have to do is make sure those shots are a little bit more dangerous. So far, a lot of the shots just felt like they're just shooting at the net, not really making the Gators move all too often, and especially not having enough follow-up shots on the offensive plays. Those are going to be where the goals come from. It's not going to come from their initial shots. Will be from their follow-ups. That's a good pass and field. What a save from area. In comes Cody. He'll tuck it in. A quick start for Team Ignition. Ending in no time. Ignition doing well. Again, I told you, it's all about those follow-ups. They do it there. They get their first goal. Now, for the first time in this series, they'll have a lead in one of these games. How long do they hold it? We've seen that the Gators have had their own issues with holding leads. Ignition don't want to follow suit, but they have to prove that they don't do it as Ryan. And he just got last defender. That's a second goal from Ignition. And it just comes from an overcommit here from the Gators. And it is Ignition who come off to a hot start. They might have even won another one here. Again, the only undefeated team left in this division. Not the only undefeated team in this league. Only one in this division. Gators, again, trying to topple this dynasty. Will take a lot of work. They do still have 4 minutes to work with. That is not a good thing if you're an Ignition fans. Cody off the back wall. Now area, back in field. Cody to the corner to find some opportunities here for Ignition. B off the sidewall, second touch, looking for the bump play. He's actually got it on area there. Area's now hit it backwards. State's got to get that clear. Esports Tower goes. Gators, awkward. Ryan tucks it in, his second of the game. Team Ignition. Kind of let Esports Tower Gators do this all by themselves. And once one thing toppled, it felt like the whole deck of cards did as well. They could never regain themselves. And that one definitely not going to make things easy for them. We'll see if Ignition can add another. Again, there's still over 3 minutes left. Well, yes, they have a pretty substantial lead, one that they probably won't be losing. Teams rarely ever lose when this high of a lead. See if they, we'll see if Tower Gators can make the comeback. They're definitely looking for it. It is going to be difficult as Ryan now. Midfield for Cody. State's got the block. Esports Tower Gators now with a transition. State with the infield pass. Cody's made that save. He probably feels pretty defensive overall. His player had 0 shots last game. This game he's got 2. He's already got a goal. Ryan's got a double. Oh my! That's incredible from Ryan. Oh my goodness. No time to react. Ryan hitting us with an absolute clanger of a shot. A double tap from the ceiling. Ryan popping off this game. Team Ignition. Man, with a confident re-entry into the series, Game 1 looks slow. Game 2 definitely is not. We'll see if this just kind of continues for them. It feels like it's one of those things that can continue to be good for them. Team Ignition with an incredible goal. Ryan, well, he was one of the guys who was shooting last game. I think he was the one who... I don't think he scored, though. It doesn't matter. This game, he definitely is. He's got a hat-trick, and he wants more. In for B. That one's gone wide. Cody, though, to the back wall. Maybe looking for a pinch. B turning in field, but won't challenge. Gators will get this clear. State to the back wall. Bouncing favorably for area. Under the bar and in. And these games have a mark of being quite high scoring. Last game 3-2. This game currently 4-1. Gators trying to make would be an improbable comeback, but not impossible. We've seen teams make comebacks before, but I don't know if we've seen a team make a comeback like this in a while. But it is definitely possible. Gators, midfield. Cody sends it out. Ryan, redirect. Has he put another one on? He almost has. And this guy's just unbeatable. B's now shooting. And again, it's Ryan who's the keystone player in this whole process. With that pass that will, result in an assist. But really, that shot from B was incredible. That's his first of the game. Now, with Ryan making this statement in this game, Team Ignition already back. Looking like a team that might just go 4-0 in this season now. At this point, if they can continue this kind of showing, all they needed was that good start, and everything kind of fell into place for them. B, back wall, second touch, that's gone wide. Cody, taking his time here, no challenge coming from Cody. Instead, decided to wait to see what State would do there. Maybe a bad decision because Esports Gators now have offense. Although, I mean, they have offense, but Ryan, he's been unstoppable this game. Makes another incredible touch. Now he's looking for B. Midfield, B. Wanted to find that back post, but shot will go wide. Ignition again will still have it, though, because we need a clear from the Gators, who just want a goal at this point. They might have already given up on this game, but haven't given up on getting themselves a little more confidence. Team Ignition, though, aren't happy with 5. They want 6. They want more. They want to make this difficult, and B will definitely put that one in. Another goal from B. Team Ignition leaving absolutely nothing behind this game. The Gators giving very little in this game compared to Ignition. They still have 1 goal, but Ignition just came off to such a hot start. And while they can do it here in game 2, we've seen teams do this before, where they get kind of one of those games where they just look incredible. Now it's up, and now for Ignition, it's up to show that they can do that consistently. And prove that game 1 was just a slow start, because, well, this is possible, and while this is another incredible shot from Ryan, how in the world does he get that one? How does Ryan score that? That's an impossible angle. Seriously, this guy is going absolutely mental this game. He cannot be stopped. Ryan obviously proving this game that he should be a little more than just feared here for Team Ignition. He should be someone that you have to have your eyes on at all times, because he scored 4 goals on 5 shots, and some of those goals have been absolutely insane, where goals you just don't think he should be scoring. Whatever it is, Team Ignition, game 2 is definitely theirs. In fact, they almost got an 8th goal, but that one will hit the ground. Take game 2, the Team Ignition side. The Gators are going to have to prove that this is just a bad game for them, because that is 13 shots, 7 goals. The Gators did not do well on defense. In fact, they did have 6 saves. They saved everything else, but you gotta save a little bit more, and you also definitely need to stop the shooting from Ignition. And you need to stop Ryan. Over 800 points. He's got 4 goals. This guy will not stop. And yes, a Brazilian game 2. Nearly what we would call a blowout. I mean, it was really just a one-man show from Ryan. 4 goals. He's got an assist too. B's got a playmaker award. He's got 3 assists. Cody's got a savior. Ignition, everybody was doing their part. And again, it started with and it just came from a really good start, a really momentous beginning. And for Ignition, they need to prove that if they're going to play like that, they got to be able to play like that consistently. And it doesn't require them to score first to do it. We'll see if, again, that kind of play style is one that they can repeat. Because the Gators, if they can get themselves that first goal, maybe they can push Ignition back into that slump. So many times we've seen games where teams who maybe haven't played all that well look threatening. They look scary. And then the next game, they immediately go back to what you expect of them, a slower, more inefficient play style. For Ignition, they got to continue that kind of play style here against the Gators. Ryan, with the dribble, wants the dunk, but Sicko gets it past him. Cody now. Oh, and actually, it'll be B who does get past two with just one play. And now Cody, dribble, one-on-one. There's a second player following for the Gators. Ignition still pushing. Big on their offense, definitely marked by it just being kind of brief, as that's a miss from Ryan. That's near post! That's in for State. All it takes is one mistake here from Ignition, and things start to fall apart here. Ryan, well, it's not an easy read. It's one that he'd made a lot more difficult for himself trying to jump and get that initial touch. Had he waited a little bit more, had he gone up the back wall instead of jumping initially, that's when I think he easily could have made that touch. Just made it a lot more difficult for himself than it needed to be. And again, might have been just in the moment he wanted to get that initial touch. Instead, kind of caught himself in the middle of no man's land. He almost did it again there. B will come to the rescue and save Ignition. It's Cody. It's a heavy touch off the back wall. Great drop down. Ryan got past two. In comes B. He's put it on the other side. And Ignition with the transition. I didn't think they'd get even a chance from that play, but it falls for Ryan, and somehow he's stronger than both Area and Sicko. And then in comes B with the follow-up. Team Ignition again. It all results off of Ryan. If Ryan gets a good, keen play, Ignition can follow up with another. Definitely the most important player in this series for Ignition, at least so far. As off the back wall, bouncing straight down. B. Area, midfield. That's not a very good touch. Ryan's gonna jump. He's got a set. He almost went for the double tap again. He got one last game. This game nearly saw that happen again. Fortunately for the Gators, he will not have his opportunity. And now Ryan, another solo play opportunity. This one, though, looking for B. That's a beautiful play in midfield. No doubts about it. Ryan is still playing incredibly. B's got his second goal. Ryan's assisting him on another one. And that one was right on that silver platter. That assist was way more important than that goal in that situation. Team Ignition off of Ryan here are finding so much success. But Area the other way almost got the tight angle double tap. Gators, credit to them, have still looked quite threatening. Ryan, though, coming alive. State off the sidewall. Midfield. He will sit a little cleared away. Ryan. Ooh, he didn't have a good jump to that. Neither did Sicko, though. Meaning chance for Ignition. Cody, shot. B wanted to jump in. Area's got the save. And that save will also double the pass to State. But again, just given straight to Ignition here. Gators, game one, they did well keeping the ball in their clears. This game now, feels like a lot more touches are not as influential in that case. Definitely giving more space for Ignition to get those solo plays. And especially if that ball goes to Ryan. This could be a really difficult situation for the Gators. As now Ryan, again, is straight to him. Area's got the block. But again, a threatening situation. Ignition using Ryan effectively. Whenever he gets a touch on the ball, the Gators have to be on alert, high alert, for what he can do. As State. Now Ryan, he's not going to let that happen. Sicko was the intended recipient, but Ryan will get in the way. Now Ryan moving upfield. Area's kept it out. Ignition. A lot of times trying to find these plays from the sidewall, anywhere on the sidewall, pass their way in field. They always waiting for the opportunity to have another teammate follow up. It does feel like they find more success when they're further away from the net, as most teams do on offense, but they just want to stay close. They want to suffocate, they want pressure, and they definitely want to force the Gators into awkward situations where they double commit like that, where they maybe don't make the cleanest of touches, where they maybe can't make the cleanest of touches, where their boost totals are running low. Sicko there on no boost. B gets past Area. Ryan, redirect, drop down! It's another incredible play from Ryan. And at this point, it's not a fluke. He can do this pretty consistently. It's another goal from Ryan that just cannot be stopped. At this point, you gotta shut down Ryan if you're on the Esports Gators. You'll have to shut them down because he is just unbeatable. He's not slowing down. Take you to the back wall area, keeps it clear. Sicko, midfield, up ahead. Ryan can't get it area off the back wall. Incoming is State. Cody's cleared it. State trying to keep it close. And maybe he's looking for that back wall. Cody off to the side. B jumping. Ignition won't have it. An area will clear. As across the nets from area. Esports Tower Gators. It's another game where it feels like it might start to become a lost cause. But they still have time. They just need to score here. Oh, they've almost done exactly that. State's now got to shoot it. He's backflipped, though. He advanced a little too quickly. He didn't have enough boost. And for Team Ignition, they'll breathe a sigh of relief. This game will now be over. Ryan almost got another one. But it will hit the ground. Team Ignition now on match point. Another game where Ryan is playing absolutely insane. But this game also followed up by B. Both of them doing their part on offense. Cody, as usual, sitting a little further back. Letting, kind of facilitating the play. We haven't really talked much about Cody. That's kind of his play style. He facilitates. On the older rosters, he was more aggressive, but this one, definitely not the same. Team Ignition look game ready. With B having 2 goals and assists, with Ryan having 1 goal and 2 assists. They just kind of work well with each other. Last game, again, game 2, it was all Ryan. Game 3, it's both of them. And while Ryan's still showing us how mechanical he is, if you don't pay attention to B as well, you can't stop this team. You gotta be able to stop both these players. And maybe one of the ways to do it is just to stop one of them. Esports Tower Gators, they got 5 minutes to figure that out, or else this series could be it. Team Ignition. Chance to find a win here is Cody. Light to the back wall. Area's cleared it. Now, up to B. Still B. Stopped by State. Ryan off the side wall. Esports Tower Gators. Maybe a chance will come to them. Cody jumping early. Ignition. Pushing up. Got the early aggression, but they aren't finding many shots from it. Again, the transition is definitely what's scarier. And especially when it comes to the transitions, when they have a player waiting in midfield for the pass, that's when it really gets scary for Ignition. As a follow coming from Ascendancy Esports, thank you for the follow. We're currently in Game 4 between Team Ignition and Esports Tower Gators here in the Blackline Championship Series, Contenders Series, Week 4. Ignition currently undefeated. Wanting to keep that here, they have a chance to do it here in Game 4 against Esports Tower Gators, who are the second-seeded team in this group at 2-1. Both these teams have proven they can beat the other, but currently Ignition definitely have the upper hand with both B and Ryan working the offense well, with Cody facilitating in the backfield. But with Game 4 currently being scoreless, it's anybody's to take. One really being the better player right now, or the better team, I should say, as Ryan. Caught by State, bouncing downward area. Keeps it in the corner. Ignition can work with that. Area does have the dunk, though, meaning Sicko can follow up. Another clear from Ignition. This one, though, not very far. States, he has an open net. Where was Cody on that play? Team Ignition give up a free one here. As Cody all the way upfield, and actually it was B. I think he got bumped by Sicko. Great awareness from Sicko to see that he's not going to get a goal initially from that play, but that they can create more opportunities if they go for the bumps. And that one made to be a Gators goal as they wreck their way through the offense. Again, they're finding less opportunities per game, but they can make them count. It doesn't matter how few shots you have, as long as they're strong enough. It's Ignition trying to clear Ryan. As a flip reset, use it to fake and even the wave and dash, but that will give it away to Area. B. Again, Area blocking this one. State. And moves his way through Cody. Gators trying to find those passes off the corner. Ryan and B both commit. Team Ignition. Maybe starting to step on top of each other here a little bit on defense, but they do spread out as Cody with a huge whiff. Off the back wall. Gators with a team pinch up the field. Maybe a chance for Sicko. In comes the shot. Cody's got the block though. Ryan, stopped by State. Cody now. State with the ground pinch. B will clear it away. Gators. And they didn't have a lot of chances earlier in this game, but now they definitely do. Ignition. Doing well to save, but what I like about the Gators here is they're not just focused on getting themselves upfield, they're also focused on making sure that Ignition don't transition. They know that once Ignition kind of gets those 2v1 opportunities, they're pretty good at scoring them. Especially if those 2v1 opportunities include B and Ryan. That's when it really gets scary. Ignition got to do, are gonna have to maybe find a new way to break through, because definitely chances for Gators to get themselves up a second goal, and really maybe even put this game to a point where it starts to become out of reach for Ignition. As in midfield, Ryan didn't jump early. Cody will clear it. B now. Midfield, but no one's there. Team Ignition, again, prevented from really getting the outplays they want by the Gators. There's a miss from Cody, means Ryan's got to jump. Ignition again sent back field. Gators still searching for that second goal, for some insurance in a game that they definitely do deserve to have it in. Ignition could definitely swipe that all the way from them with one shot upfield. Sicko. That's a ceiling shot. He's gonna go immediately for it. Maybe even find that second touch, but Ignition won't let him. Ignition, for all the time they've been playing great defense. They haven't really had to worry about the clock too much until now. 30 seconds. Ignition, this is, again, they don't have to win this game if they want to take the series, but I'm sure with how much momentum they have coming into this game, it would be beneficial for them. Even being able to score a goal. You can see that this Ignition side kind of has their good games and their bad games. When they're playing well, they're playing extremely well. When they're playing poorly, they're playing extremely poorly. It does seem like Gators here want this one to drop. Ryan keeping it alive, bouncing off the corner. Cody, cleared by Sicko. Gators have game 4. Team Ignition didn't even score once in that game. And definitely a kind of a slap in the face here for them. Team Ignition, if they don't find that many chances, they only had 3 shots. Gators shut them down in the midfield. Especially in that final minute, it was all Esports Tower Gators in that one. And now, this series will go to Game 5. As for Ignition, again, it just feels like it really relies so heavily on being able to get themselves a good start. As here we go, Game 5. Team Ignition had games where they've looked quite invisible, and they've had games where they have been absolutely not. Now's their chance to prove that this series does belong to them, because they've had, again, it's been a back and forth kind of battle. Who's been able to really take it? Ignition here wants to take it for themselves, but Gators have been able to claw back with close win after close win. And they've been able to force a Game 5, but they won't start off well. It will be B who put it in the bottom corner. And for the Gators, once again, they're starting off a little bit worse than they would like to. B with an impressive shot. He's not facing the right direction to shoot it that way. He does it there, and that's a great play right in the bottom corner. No one's there to block it. Team Ignition almost got a second. Ryan get past 2 different players on that 50-50, and the Gators go the other way. Sicko on no boost. B will get the stop, and the demo attempts as well from behind, definitely allowing that to be easy. As now B to Ryan, and an infield pass again from the Ignition side. Once they start to get these going, it feels like you can never stop them. These infield passes tearing through the Esports Tower Gators side. And they are able to get a second goal. Now insurance for the Ignition team. Off the kickoff. Ignition. Ryan looking for B. That's an open net. He will not miss. And there was nobody back from the Gators here. Already sending to a field on one challenge. And Sicko, well, he's well past the midline there. And as the right man, you have to recognize in that position that both your players have already made the mistake of pushing up like that. Well, he's a great outplay from Ignition. Esports Tower Gators made it a lot easier than it should have been there. And Ignition, once again, once they start to get themselves going, it feels like you can't slow them down. The bonfire definitely lighting up. Definitely getting some more fuel. Gators got to be able to put a hose to that one. As Ryan, 2 touches. They get past area 2. He's got a little bit of boost to use. 50-50. He'll bounce off the corner, though, meaning B. He's got a little bit of time to get back to this one. Cody now, off the back wall. Area clears it away. Ryan, all alone. He won't find anything, though. Area is going to immediately put a stop to that one. Cody now, back to Ryan. Off the back wall, looking for Cody. Fake for B. That shot has gone towards Area. And the fake from Cody, I haven't seen a lot of that from Ignition. We've seen a lot of the passing plays. Gators definitely were fooled from it. I was definitely fooled from it. Cody, instead of going for the shot there, which was an easy, more selfish decision, instead decides that he knows that he's got another player behind him. He knows he has B waiting in the midfield. He knows that B could definitely benefit from a bit of misdirection. Ignition almost find one there. Another chance, but this one is a double commit. Got to move back. Area. Well, B's not going to let that happen so easily. No boost. Still moving on it. Team Ignition. Off their back wall. Ryan. Dribbling it. B's following up in pursuit. Ryan, B off the back wall. In comes Cody. That one's well wide of the target. Team Ignition hunting for a 4th goal. Gonna put this one ever further out of reach for the Gators. The Gators really have time to take advantage of Ignition starting to get a bit more aggressive, starting to get a bit more chase heavy. Especially when it comes to offense. We've seen this Ignition side definitely give up bad positions before when they commit a little too much to one challenge. Gators, all you have to do is just be able to recognize those situations, get themselves in the right position, and strike fearlessly. They do it here. And it goes straight in from area. One goal back for the Gators. Team Ignition. Gotta be careful. Cody clears it away. Gonna be a lot of reliance on Cody in these final minute and a half, especially when it comes to defense. Gators can definitely hold their offense, and especially when they get more aggressive, they can continue to hold that offense. They will rely on Cody, who is generally the most defensive player, who's generally the player who gets the most saves out of all of them. Really make sure that he can keep his team in a good position. Sicko. Dribble on B, but that one is saved. Area's gonna have to go back here as Gators are expecting a bit more on that offensive push. Here they go again. Sicko to the corner. Here from Ryan. Ignition. Sending 2, but Ryan's gonna go by himself. State's got the block. Cody now. Shot to the back wall. That's it off the crossbar. B coming in. Save from Sicko. Team Ignition almost was able to settle the game there, but now they gotta go back again. State to transition. Area. Can't get it. The pass was too strong. Still midfield. Ryan's jumping. Gators want to go up again. They want another push and another. They know they have to score at this point. Essentially, Area dribble. That one not able to be caught by Ryan. Area's got another one here. Esports Towers Gators have a chance. Area with a splendid double tap off the ceiling does get Ryan off guard. And 22 seconds left. There's still time for this team. The Gators got to make the most of it. Area. Saved by B. Ignition. Playing defense. All-time defense. They don't want to see another one in. 10 seconds now. Cody just clearing it away. Ignition want this one to end. But State's going to clear it up. One more chance for the Gators. Sicko to the corner. Bouncing midfield. Ryan waiting, trying to drop it. He's done it. Team Ignition with their first one on the stream in 74 days. They stay undefeated with a clutch Game 5 performance. And again, it's B and Ryan who make the offense. It's B and Ryan who's been playing insanely well this whole series. Both these players know what they're doing. And Team Ignition can rest a little bit easier now that this series is over. It was definitely a bit close for their own liking. It is Ignition who, again, can get a win. They haven't won on the stream in a little while. I'm sure they're happy to get one here. As we'll hopefully be getting Ignition into a quick call. Again, what a win for them. A Game 5 victory. It was close. It was definitely a little tense. They are able to take it here. As now I am joined by the players of Ignition, Cody, Ryan, and B. Congratulations on your win. Cody, it was a close Game 5. You guys get a win here. It's been a while since we've had you in the interview room with us.
I know, man. It feels like the last couple times you've had you cast, it hasn't gone our way. So I was getting a little nervous there in Game 5, and they brought it back with 20 seconds left. But guys kept their composure, and we did a good job.
Yeah, of course. And one of the reasons you guys did so well was because of Ryan. Ryan,
Yeah.
Game 1 was a bit slow from you, Ryan. But Game 2, and from then on, you and then after Game 2 and B both went insane on offense. Your offense definitely allowed Ignition to take leads, and especially after Game 2, you guys just got things going. What was it about Game 2 that made a change? Was it just you trying to get ready after Game 1? Was there something else involved here? What about Game 2 that have allowed you to start going insane?
Oh, right. You take it.
Yeah. Game 1, I definitely was not feeling the dominance, so I had definitely had to make the car switch.
Oh, it was the car
But
switch.
then yeah.
It was the car.
And
I see.
then B Brian,
Hey.
the passes were definitely started coming in. They were definitely they're definitely good coming from Brian. There's something I can work with.
It's definitely just a matter of confidence with us. If we play with confidence, we can click and hit those passing plays. Start to trust in each other. That's when we get shut out, like in Game 4. But then we can just bounce back.
Yeah, and B, I think a lot of that.
Game.
Yeah, and for B, I think a lot of that confidence came from you guys just scoring one goal. Well, how important is it to get the first goal in the game, or at least score early for you guys? Because it felt like whenever you scored early, it was all over. You were going to win that game no matter what.
I think when we're on our the back foot, and once we let the other team score first, we get that sense of feeling behind, and that's what gets to us. But once we score first and we can just keep our foot on the gas, we do really, really well. Kind of like what B was saying, we do pass to more confident, and getting that goal early, I think plays a huge factor in us winning. I think there was one game they scored first and we ended up winning, but we returned the goal pretty quick, and that was a big factor, and why I think we won that game.
That's the weirdest sounding B I've ever heard.
Yeah.
B, I'll ask the next question to you because Cody stole that one away from you. Cody stole your question. He really wants to answer that one. Cody really wanted that question specifically. B, I guess I'll have to find a different question for you. Yeah, as you were talking about Game 4, you guys didn't have the confidence. Were you a little nervous going into Game 5? Was because Game 4, you guys looked silent. You guys were invisible in that field. It felt like the other team had a ton of you, a ton of control. What was it that kind of helped you guys out a little bit? What was it that kind of got your confidence back in between Game 4 and Game 5?
I kind of stayed relaxed throughout the whole series. Game 4 just kind of played a little too passively. Game 5, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to step up into the offensive zone here, and we ended up scoring with 30 seconds in the game or so, and then just let it all out. We felt like total control of that game. So just the first goal and just getting the confidence knowing that we score on them. So we got it quick.
Of course, again, confidence is such an important factor in this game. We obviously saw it from you guys. And of course, you guys just continue to do what you do next week. you get to play against. I gotta find out who you play next week. Next week you play Astral Apophis. Again, your season so far is going pretty well. You guys are in a pretty good position to making the playoffs, although it is not guaranteed, and I'm not gonna call it yet. You know, are you thinking about playoffs, Ryan? Are you guys thinking about the playoffs right now, or is that kind of out of your minds? So you're not gonna think about it until you get nearer to the end of the season?
Yeah, I think that at this point we're just taking it week by week, and if we clinch the playoffs, great. But yeah, we're just kind of focused in on each week doing what we can improve, and we're still like a relatively new roster. The three of us have only playing together for maybe 2 months, and so we're just working on building chem, and that's why we're doing other other leagues like the Grand Circuit. We're playing in ECS as well, and just really trying to like hone in all of our skills so that when we do make playoffs, because I'm pretty confident with the way the season's going that we will. So that once we make it, we're in top form and hopefully get another BLCS championship. Not that that we're not promising that, but that's the goal. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Cody really likes to steal questions today. That's his second.
I didn't hear you address it to anyone.
I was saying Ryan. I said Ryan.
Oh,
and he stole.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear Steve.
I didn't hear that either.
I didn't hear it either. I must have been too quiet.
I guess I should have said something. I heard it.
I didn't. My bad. I'll just mute.
Cody keeps talking here. All right, Ryan. I guess I'll have to ask you a different question, Ryan, because Cody keeps stealing your questions. You know what? I feel like at some point we just need to put we need to put something on Cody to tell him no, it's not your time to answer that. But, no, of course.
Yeah,
my apologies on that. It wasn't loud enough. But again, playoffs coming up. But of course, the fact that a championship has already been won by this team, by Cody himself. Ryan, tell me about Cody's leadership. Again, he's gone through everything. He's won a championship before, albeit on a completely different roster of completely different players. Does his leadership? What impact does his leadership have on you guys?
Well, as I know, I think that championship was for that was lower rank, right, Cody?
That was Academy. Yes.
Yeah. It was
okay.
C1 to C3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, this is obviously different for him, and this is my first time ever competing in a league like this. So, but I think he does a good job at being a captain and keeping us composed a lot of the time.
Oh, you hear that, Cody? Ryan thinks you did a good job here.
Can I unmute now? I'm just kidding.
You can always be unmuted. I have no problem if you want to take questions. It's funny, actually. We need more people like you, Cody, who just kind of just take over the mic. It's funny. I have no problem with it, by the way. But again, congratulations
I know.
on your win. A 3-2 win here. You get your win. Well, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of you in the future with the amount of leagues that you all are joining in. Again, congratulations on your win. Before you go, though, we always do this. Cody, you've done it before. I know it's been a while, though, so might need to kind of get your thinking caps on. But we are going to be going to a quick shout-out section. We'll start with Ryan here. Any shout-outs or final statements you want to give to the stream?
Honestly, I don't think so. Nothing from me, sorry.
Of course.
Yo, shout out to all the viewers. Come on, boys.
Sure, shout out, true. Shout out all the Ignition
VODs.
fans.
Yeah, we love going through the VODs and just seeing, yo, Benaldo, Cody Goon, let's go.
Yep.
Again, B shouting out the fans. Do you have anyone else you want to shout out, B?
Shout out to all my boys I play Rocket League with. I'm entertaining and enjoying it, so. Oh yeah, that's it for me.
Again, B with the shout outs here, and obviously Cody being the captain. Now's your time to say who do you want to shout out? I know I'm probably itching to say somebody's name here. Is there anybody's name you want to say?
First off, shout out my teammates Ryan and B. Definitely carried me. It's great to just watch these two pop off. I kind of play a role player on this team. It's very apparent, and I love playing with them. Shout out Ignition, all the fans. Shout out Ziggy, helping us out. He's working on getting us a manager. So if you are a fan of us and you are looking to help the team out, we are looking for a team manager to schedule scrims. So please reach out to Ziggy or myself, and then shout out anyone that watches and supports us. And lastly, shout out to you, Sporty. Appreciate all the cast and all the work that you do for us.
Of course, again, if you guys want to be the manager of the Ignition organization, I can shout out this organization because I'm on it. But I am. Yeah. This is one of the orgs that I am on. Again, if you want to be a manager, go do it. I'm surprised we actually got an advertisement this stream too.
Yep.
Ignition's advertising for a manager. Looking for a manager LFM here. So again, make sure you, again, if you are interested, go message Cody or Ignition Ziggy for it. But again, congratulations on your win, a Game 5 victory. You guys looked incredible. Hope I'll see you guys again very soon.
Thanks, Sporty. Have a good night.
Thank you, Sporty.
Yep, bye.
Was Cody, Ryan, and B of the Team Ignition side. What a night of action has been. Promise there's going to be a lot more. We're going to go to a quick break though, but I'll show you real quick what we have coming up. Up next is a Skyway Series match, Astral Supernova Immigrants, and then after that is Galactic Supernova Sliggy's Club here again. But we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back very, very soon with more action. But again, the action will be starting here on the Sporty Stream. Thank you all so much for being so supportive. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. Sporty Stream will be back.